The Strip, a kaleidoscope of neon, a monument to excess, a beacon of entertainment. It's a place where dreams are made and broken, where the night never truly ends. But on this New Year's Day, the air crackled with something else entirely. Fear. Chaos. The usual revelry was replaced by a palpable sense of dread. The deafening roar of an explosion ripped through the night, shattering the festive atmosphere in an instant. A shockwave that shook the very foundations of the Trump International Hotel, sending tremors through the hearts of everyone nearby. A plume of fire and smoke erupted into the sky, a sinister beacon that could be seen for miles around, casting an eerie orange glow on the terrified faces below. The source? A mystery that would soon unravel. A mangled Tesla Cybertruck, now a twisted wreck of metal and fire, lay at the center of the chaos. This wasn't just a car accident, it was a scene of utter devastation. This was something far more sinister, a deliberate act of violence that left the city reeling. The aftermath was a scene straight out of a disaster movie, with chaos and fire dominating the landscape. Sirens wailed, their piercing cries cutting through the thick smoke, adding to the sense of urgency and panic. First responders, their faces grim and determined, rushed towards the inferno, risking their lives to save others. Battling against the heat and chaos to reach potential survivors, their bravery shining through the darkness. 7 bystanders, caught in the wrong place at the worst possible time, lay injured, their screams swallowed by the pandemonium. Their cries for help were lost in the chaos, a tragic chorus of pain and fear, but for the driver, trapped within the inferno, there was no hope. The flames were merciless. He was gone, consumed by the flames that engulfed his vehicle, leaving nothing but charred remains. This was supposed to be a time for celebration, a fresh start to a new year, filled with hope and joy. Instead, Las Vegas became a city on edge, its festive spirit shattered in an instant. The streets, once filled with laughter and cheer, were now tense and filled with uncertainty, a place haunted by the specter of violence, the echoes of the explosion lingering in the air. The question on everyone's lips: who could have done this, and why? Who was behind this horrific act? The investigation was just beginning, and the answers were far from clear. The charred remains of the Cybertruck offered few clues, a haunting reminder of the violence that had unfolded. But amidst the twisted metal and ashes, investigators found something that sent chills down their spines. A dog tag, partially melted, but still legible. It belonged to Matthew Livelsberger, a 37-year-old U.S. Army veteran, a man who had seen the horrors of war firsthand. This wasn't just a random act of violence. This was personal, a calculated strike against someone who had dedicated his life to service. Livelsberger, a decorated soldier with almost 2 decades of service under his belt, was no stranger to danger. He had faced it head-on, time and time again. He had stared death in the face countless times, his nerves steeled by years of intense training and harrowing missions. Each mission had left its mark on him. As an active-duty Special Forces operations sergeant with the 10th Special Forces Group in Germany, he was a ghost, a whisper in the night, a master of stealth and strategy. His presence was felt but rarely seen. His specialty: remote and autonomous systems, the cutting edge of modern warfare. He was at the forefront of technological advancements in the military. What could have driven a man like this, a soldier who had dedicated his life to protecting his country, to such an act of destruction? The questions loomed large. Was this a tragic accident, a mission gone wrong, or something far more calculated, far more chilling? The truth remained elusive, hidden in the shadows. The investigation took a sharp turn when detectives uncovered a connection between Livelsberger and a car-sharing service called Turo. The Cybertruck, a symbol of futuristic innovation, had been rented just days before the explosion. But it wasn't the only vehicle linked to this tragedy. On the same day as the Las Vegas blast, a chillingly similar event unfolded in New Orleans. A rented electric Ford pickup truck, its bed laden with explosives, plowed into a crowd gathered for a New Year's Eve celebration. The carnage was unimaginable, the death toll staggering. 15 innocent lives extinguished, dozens more forever scarred. The driver, Shamsuddin Jabbar, was no stranger to the military either. The coincidences were too much to ignore. 2 veterans, 2 rented vehicles, 2 explosions, 2 cities terrorized. Was this a coordinated attack, a carefully planned conspiracy? Section 4. The blast heard round the world. The force of the explosion shook the ground for miles around. The Cybertruck, packed with enough firepower to rival a small army, had become a bomb on wheels. Fireworks-style mortars, their fuses lit, transformed the vehicle into a deadly pyrotechnics display. Camping fuel and gas canisters, their contents ignited by the initial blast, fueled the inferno, turning the truck into a raging furnace. Yet, amidst the devastation, there was a glimmer of something unexpected. The Cybertruck's vaunted durability, often touted by its eccentric creator Elon Musk, had, in a cruel twist of fate, contained the blast. The force of the explosion, instead of ripping outwards, had been directed upwards, sparing the surrounding buildings and minimizing the casualties. A morbid testament to Musk's engineering prowess, a silver lining in a cloud of unimaginable darkness. Section 5. Musk's intervention. The enigmatic Elon Musk, tech visionary and CEO of Tesla, found himself thrust into the center of the investigation, a place he often finds himself due to his high-profile ventures. This wasn't just about his company's prized creation being used as a weapon, it was a direct challenge to the integrity and safety of his innovative designs. This was personal. Musk, always a showman, couldn't resist the urge to insert himself into the narrative, to play the role of the tech-savvy detective, eager to solve the mystery. He granted investigators access to the Cybertruck's telemetry data, a treasure trove of information about the vehicle's movements in the days leading up to the explosion, hoping it would provide crucial insights. He provided footage from Tesla charging stations along the Cybertruck's 800-mile journey from Colorado to Las Vegas, hoping to catch a glimpse of Leibelsberger to understand his state of mind and actions. And in a dramatic flourish, he personally helped unlock the Cybertruck's doors after they had auto-locked in the aftermath of the blast, giving investigators access to the vehicle's secrets, which might hold the key to the entire investigation. Was Musk motivated by a desire to help, to see justice served, and to ensure the safety of his customers? Or was this a calculated PR move, a way to control the narrative and protect his company's image, ensuring that Tesla remained a symbol of innovation and trust? Section 6. Whispers of Connection. The investigation, a complex web of clues and dead ends, led investigators to a military base in the heartland of America. It was here, years ago, that Leibelsberger and Jabbar, the New Orleans attacker, had crossed paths, their lives intertwined by fate. Had they remained in contact? Had they conspired, their anger and resentment festering until it finally boiled over? President Joe Biden, his face etched with concern, addressed the nation, his words measured, his tone somber. The investigation into the New Orleans attack, he revealed, was ongoing, fluid, a puzzle with missing pieces. The possibility of a connection between the two attacks, he admitted, was being investigated, but no concrete evidence had been found. The nation held its breath. Were these isolated incidents the actions of two troubled individuals, or was there a darker force at play, a conspiracy that threatened the very fabric of American society? Section 7. Unanswered questions. As the sun set on Las Vegas, casting long shadows over the Strip, a sense of unease lingered in the air. The investigation, a sprawling beast with tentacles reaching across the country and beyond, continued. The FBI, the ATF, local law enforcement agencies, they were all working tirelessly, following every lead, chasing every shadow. But for now, the motive behind the attacks remained a mystery. What drove Matthew Leibelsberger, a decorated soldier, to such an act of destruction? Was there a connection between the Las Vegas and New Orleans attacks? Was this a coordinated terrorist plot, or the actions of two deeply troubled individuals? The questions hung heavy in the air, unanswered for now. The investigation continues.